Yeah, I use a dub, I'ma win, I won't lose with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. Yeah, I'ma act a fool with this. I turn the knob, camera assist, I'm incredible. Yeah, came for the dollars, call it vegetable.
We welcome everybody to the Garden State. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Washington football team and the New York Giants. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the first carry for Bryce Love. And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
2-yard line.
From the gun, it's Haskins. Yeah, he'll find Hall. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Here's Haskins out of the gun. And he finds McLaurin. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That third down conversion good for 23.
First down, Washington.
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 47. Shotgun handoff now for Love. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before and didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to them.
And it's third down.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Now Haskins. That one is slant to McLaurin. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 27-yard line. It's an 11-yard pickup. Thought they'd run it on 3rd and 1. Not the case. On first down, here's Love. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
Now a throw here on second down, and that's complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 12 yards there and a first down. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Giants' 12-yard line.
On the carry, it's Love. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down.
No gain on the play.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
It's been a pretty long opening drive. This will be play number 11 coming up on third down. Out of the shotgun, Haskins. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up fourth down.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
Hopkins' kick is good, and it's 3-0 Washington. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points.
25-yard line.
They'll run for the first time with Saquon Barkley. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
55 mark, guys, 55. Let's go, D. Hey, I need one over here.
Now a toss right to Barkley. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. A gain of 13, it's a first down. That toss play right, we know it's one of the successful plays they have in their arsenal, and they showed you why there.
And remember, in order for it to be successful, because it's a little bit of a slower developing play, those blocks at the line of scrimmage have to be kept, have to be held, so that the runner can get to the corner and turn it upfield.
And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
38-yard line, 2nd and 11.
56, Mike, 56, right there, 56.
And out of the air, Dalton. Over the middle, complete to Tate. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Ready to roll for the second quarter from MetLife Stadium. The Giants with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Barkley, toss play left. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster. It all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time. A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. Strong coverage by Washington, and now 4th down.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
So on is Matt Prater now to try a field goal here. From the left hash, this from 37. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through, and that will tie us at 3-3. So matching field goals on our opening 2 drives.
Yeah, it feels like 2 boxers feeling each other out here in the early going of the game, right? Exchanging some jabs, but none of the heavy stuff just yet.
Each team with a possession, each team with a field goal as the kick is away. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Washington on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Now it's Haskins. And this is going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
Whether that's a little grabbing, a little hand fighting, by any means necessary on 3rd down, he was able to get the job done in the secondary and swat that one away.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Returning is Peppers. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down. They had a chance to limit his yardage, but he was able to fight off that tackle.
So it's not just the responsibility of the guys who missed the tackles along the way. It's all Lebanon defense, able to stop this guy, unable to do it on that play. They've got to find a way. How about his ability to break through and gain that yardage?
He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Brandon, how about that reaction there from a defensive end? Able to recognize the screen pass trying to happen, broke off his pass rush, and then get back to tackle the running back. That's a very athletic and intelligent play. Reminds me of you working out and seeing that the treadmill's open and getting there before anyone else.
See, I know you're just patronizing me right now. Everybody knows at home that that is nothing but a shot at me, and I'll take it, absorb it, and we'll move on. An extra man in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to the 30. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. Prater's kick is good. And the Giants are off now to a 3-0 lead. So we're trading first-half field goals. No breakthrough on the touchdown front. Got a 6-3 game.
Man, I know so many people look at a game through offensive eyes, right? They want to see how the game's played that way. You know how I'm going to view it, right? The defenses, to me, have responded well in this game. Like what I'm seeing from them, both of them hoping to keep it to field goals and not give up big touchdowns.
Washington will take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they're coming off a 3 and out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to something else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Try the toss play to Love. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
Love, the Washington.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Haskins, a quick throw into the hands of McLaurin. Well, they brought the pressure, and that meant man coverage behind him, so he's still able to complete the pass.
Even as he took the hit, and that's what you have to do, because I was just talking with a coach the other day, and he said, look, it's not always going to be pretty back there. You're going to have to give me completions, even when you're taking some hits. Sometimes you have to be your own blitz control, for lack of a better term. Got to make completions step up and make those throws, and he did that.
From the gun, Haskins on 3rd down. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
To Terry
and a big 32-yard play on 3rd.
And the Washington 1st down.
Haskins will throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. He'll have a 1st down inside the 10. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown.
Touchdown.
Bryce Love with touchdown number 8 on the year. And Washington has retaken the lead. Oh, I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Taken about 7 yards deep, and no return here for White. It'll be a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And you figure, Charles, they have enough time here in the first half, more than a minute, to put a drive together, at least get them in position to try a field goal.
Yeah, they've got all 3 timeouts at their disposal, so I'm actually thinking bigger. With those 3 timeouts, that amount of time on the clock, I'm thinking about trying to get a touchdown and settle for a field goal.
And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
At the 45-yard line.
Dalton here from the gun. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 28, and he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Haskins. Over the middle, complete. It's Hall. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. As the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Operating from the gun, Haskins. And the Giant rush gets home as down he goes. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Giants set to get the football, and they trail here as we get back underway in the second half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
Not able to go anywhere that time. 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. To throw again on 2nd down. Dalton, he'll get that complete to the tight end, Harris. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. From the gun, Dalton. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
1st and 10 for Dalton. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
Right there, 56. Watch the run. They're running it.
Operating from the gun, Dalton. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
That'll go as a 39-yard punt. Give him 9 on the return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll run with Love. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now they'll look to Haskins to throw it. He'll air this one out deep for 6. And that's caught inside the 35. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. It's a gain of 35.
It doesn't look like this defense found the magic elixir at halftime. This offense was rolling in the first half, and that's continued here in the third quarter. Another big play right there.
So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. From the gun, Haskins. He'll look underneath here for Love. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll be 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Third and 2, now Haskins. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. He connected on his first. This time it's 39 yards away. And Hopkins' kick is good. And they double their lead, pushing it up now to 12-6. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive, capture the field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm. Barkley hit and the ball pops free. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And he gets it back into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery leading to a Washington touchdown. We know this defense has some playmakers. We saw it right there. Well, really, we've seen it the whole game.
Isn't it nice to see that on the opposite side of the ball? Respect, my man, respect. The defensive guys are outscoring their opposing offense.
Yeah, they're outscoring him indeed with that score alone. Here's Hopkins now for the extra point. And he atones for his miss the first time around, as this one is up and good to extend their lead.
Giants 6.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it. But you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Now Saquon Barkley. Barkley a first down and more. And he will finally go out of bounds, but not before he takes it down to the 25. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards.
Well, partner, I have to say they called him in the right defense there. Nickel set. 5th defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. And I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I'd love to come downfield and hit you little people.
Good run there. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10. At the 25-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Now it's Barkley. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Give them 14 on that one and a first down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes the defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
Behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 15. So Dalton now. That is caught inside the 5. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That's a gain of 13 as they try to whittle away at this 13-point deficit. The Giants on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Giants able to get this back within a touchdown.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it works very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. This is Love. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. Tackle made that time by Dalvin Tomlinson. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Washington on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30 and down to the 27-yard line. It's a 1st down Washington on a pickup of 18.
So finally, at this stage of the game, he lets his legs carry him for a big-time 1st down. But I think this is all set up by his eyes throughout the game. He's been taking it all in as he's watched this thing unfold. And finally, the eyes carried the legs and took him downfield.
You're right. His longest run of the game waited until the 4th quarter, and maybe that lulled the defense to sleep a little bit. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. He'll have a 1st down inside the 10. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Antonio Gibson, his 1st touchdown on the year. And Washington is able to stretch their lead. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go.
Washington 26, Giants 12.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he returns this to the 22.
Garrett White on the return. The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd.
Now Dalton. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
42-yard line.
If they had designs of kind of wiggling their way back into this one, that hurts their chances right there.
Yeah, to put it mildly, but look at the lead, look at the deficit, trying to make a play downfield. Everyone seeking to be somewhat the hero. Didn't turn out that way at all, and you're exactly right. It's going to take a lot for them to have a chance to win this one now.
Brings up second.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Here's Love again. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Third down. Here's Haskins. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the interception by the Washington defense leads to a touchdown. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points.
This Washington 33, Giants 12.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will make it into the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. Just too much to handle on the other side in this one. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Dalton to Barkley on the check down. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on third down. The first down throw coming for Dalton. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
That's a tough spot for a running back coming out of the backfield because you know he's got to look for the football, knowing full well he's got a man coming his way, full steam, and he broke that one up.
Passing again, Dalton on 2nd and 10. He's going to let it fly. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. Well, I get it, Charles. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Down big, they just sent their receivers out, let it fly. But the defense, they were ready.
Yeah, and there aren't too many people left in this stadium that couldn't see that coming. But that's not a major criticism at all because you had to try it. What you're hoping for is one of your athletes out-athletes everyone else and makes a dramatic play.
For the encore, if you know, you know. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yeah. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home. By 56, by 56.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. So it's Washington getting the victory here, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one, were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch.